Yeah.
Okay. So Jack, Kate, and Leela share some money in a ratio of 5-9-6. In total, Jack and Katie received 56. Yeah, Jack and Katie received $56. Pounds. That's pounds. Work out the amount of money Leela receives. Okay, so what I did was I added 5 plus 9 and 6 from the ratio. So 5 plus 9 and 6 is equal to 20. And I added the 5 and the 9 together to get 14, since that's the amount that Leela and Jack and Kate had together. So I then divided 56 by 14 to get me 4, and times that by 6, which is from the ratio. That's how much money Leela had in the ratio. So I times that 4 by 6 to get 24.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. I think the common mistake that was made, and hands up, I actually did it because I didn't read the question properly either, was that a lot of people tried to share the £56 between all 20 parts. So that's where some people went wrong. And so you were supposed to just share the £56 with the 14 parts to find out how much you want per part. Awesome, thank you. And next question, who wants to do that?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, girls. If we're gonna do this, we need volunteers to cook as well.
Okay, so Lewis makes the model of a plane. The wingspan of the model is 50 centimeters. The wingspan of the real plane is 80 meters. Work out the scale of the model. So I did 50 to 80, both centimeters and meters. And I did 50 centimeters to 8,000 centimeters.
Perfect.
So then to get 1, I divide by 50. So I divide by 50 on this side to
Awesome.
get 160 centimeters.
Yeah, you actually don't need the sentences, you can just write 160. Awesome. Trisbians. And the length of the real plane is 72 meters. What's the length of the model?
I can do this. Do I have to do this one?
Sure. There you go. Didn't know that.
Okay, so then I did 80. Oops. 72. And then 50. So what can I do?
I don't know what did you do?
I divided by something. Wait, can somebody do 80 divided by 50, please?
Why did you do that though, darling?
Yeah. To get it on the other
But your
side.
scale is 1 to 160, you just said.
I did it a different thing. I did it. This thing was 80 and 72. That matched up together. And then this. Wait. Let me double check for you. 80 divided by 50? Mm-hmm. That is 1.6. Oh yeah, so yeah, I did divided by 1.6. Then I divided 72 divided by 1.6 equals 45.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Did anyone else do it? Anyone else do that one?
I didn't do it.
Do you want to do it?
I didn't do it that way.
Yeah.
I'll write mine.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah, I got that one that you're talking about.
So it just shows you, ladies, there's different ways of doing these things. How your brain works.
Yeah. All I did is 7,200 over 160
Oh yeah,
equals 45.
that's fine.
That's what I did.
Okay, and why did you do 7,200?
Because 72 was in meters, so I converted it to centimeters.
Okay, so yeah. Yes, we all good?
Yeah.
And right, next page. Right, this one's a bit tricky with the graph, so let's just discuss this one. So what did you have to do? If if you were converting kilograms to pounds, so 30 kilograms, where did you look? Hello? Anyone? Gabby?
I would go all the way, like with the ruler, go all the way over to like a straight line and then go down and give me 65 pounds.
Yeah. So if you hit the 30 on the kilograms, moved across till you hit the line and then read down, somewhere around 65. There was a slight variation in answers I accepted for that, but it was around 65. And a similar thing with the poundage. You go all the way along to 110, read up, and it should be 50 kilograms. Okay. Next one. Oh, again, it's tricky without the diagram. Okay, who's doing this one?
I'll do it.
Go, quick. Let's get to the game.
Okay. So Benito leaves the village at 12:31 so they can't speed along to the castle every time you ride. Okay. Okay. I don't have a little one.
That's fine.
Okay, so he leaves the village at 12:30. So here's the village. So you do 12:30. So that's where you would start. And at a constant speed, he arrives at Arbytown at 3:15. So you also have to look at 3:15 to see like what it goes up by. And I think it goes up by 15.
No, every two.
Yeah, two
No,
squares.
so this would be 15, right?
Yep.
Okay, so just go down 15. That's not very straight, but
That's beautiful.
okay, thank you. And then it says how far from the village were Alfred and you when they pass each other. So
Okay, so now the key is how far from the village
Yeah.
were they?
So here's the village. So then here's when they passed each other. She would say, this was how many kilometers was he away? 2.1. 2.5. And the village is right here. So that's 3.5. So you do 3.5 minus 2.5 equals 1. So 1 kilometer away.
Awesome, thank you. So that, as I said, that was some people made a mistake on. They didn't read that it said from the village, and they gave an answer of 2.5. Some people just got the final point of the line in the wrong spot. They put it just 1 square away from 1300, not 2 squares away. But yeah, generally that was done well. Okay, next one is the recipe.
Oh, I'll do this one.
Quick.
Okay, so for this one, it says that he wants to make a soup for 13 people. So normally the recipe would make it for 6 people. So first you divide 13 by 6, find how much you need to like times by to see how much more you need, which equals 2.166667. And then you would times 900 to tell how much chicken stock you need by 2.166667 gave you 1,950.
Lovely, thanks.
Do the next one.
Just as a tip, sometimes it's better to leave these things as 13/6 rather than write them as a decimal, because some of you you rounded a bit too early. So because you used a rounded version of this, you didn't get the exact answer, and you just leave your calculator. You didn't think, oh, I've rounded it. So in some cases, it's much better to leave it, for example, as 13/6. So you do that multiplied by 900.
I did it a different way.
Oh, okay. Do other people want to say which way they do it?
Yeah, I did it a different
Okay, just ASAP.
Yeah, I did it first.
Let's go ASAP.
So what I did 6 to 900, and to get for one person I divide this by 6, which is 900 divided by 6 is 150, and then if you want 13 people, or 13 times by 13, 150 times by 13 is 50.
Lovely. Okay, there's the ends. Okay, well, Zanaya, seems you're up there now. Do you want to do B?
Okay.
Sorry, Elsa, you were.
So, name I can't pronounce makes leekum potato soup.
Delia.
Makes leekum potato soup for a group of people. She says 1,250 grams of leeks. So it says on like your little grid thing for 6 people, you need 750 leeks. So let's get for 1 person. I did 6 divided by 6, 1, and then 750 divided by 6, which is 125, and then 125 to get to 1,250. It's the times by 10, so 1 times 10.
Great, lovely. All right, down to the answer is 10 people. And next one.
I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
Oh,
So, since the weekly rent for a holiday apartment is £350, which is the same as 765 euros. So, the weekly rent for a holiday cottage is £750. So what I did is I put 5, 30 in a ratio with 7. And then I divided them both by 350 to see what £1 was equivalent to in euros, and I got
do you mean 530? Yeah.
sorry. And then I did. I don't know where I got this from, but oh no, I got it from the. So I did the weekly rent for a holiday cottage. So I did 750, and then I took this number, so 1 times 750, and then I got. I'm not sure why I did this, but
Okay, so the answer was 1012.5.
Yep.
Okay. And number 7.
I'll do it.
Does anyone that hasn't done it want to do it?
I want to do it though.
All right, but Julia did say something. Right, Cheyenne's doing the next one. She's basically.
And can I do question 9?
Sure.
Okay. So here we have exchange rates. So 1 euro equals that weird thing, 0.89 pounds, and then
You see that weird thing?
1 pound. Wait, I meant the sign equals 1.62 bucks. So, so then you want to convert, and then it says that in France a camera costs 126 euros. That's in France. In America it costs 165.24 dollars. So now you're trying to find how much cheaper in America is the camera in America than in France. So you want to convert both of these into pounds. So first we're going to convert France's into pounds. So it's 1 equals 0.89. So using your ratio skills, you would do, this is 126. So you times 126. So this times, what is it? It equals
112.14.
Pardon?
112.14.
112.14. So that is the camera in pounds. So now you're trying to find this, which is the American thing. You're trying to find it in pounds. So if 1 pound equals $1.62, then here you got 1.65 in pounds.
Or 165.24.
Oh, right, sorry. Okay, so it's 165.24. So you find out how that, what would you times I think that's 1.62, to get to 165. But before we just times by 102. So times by 102.
Yeah.
And you times this by 100, so we know that's 102.
2. So then, you're trying to find how much cheaper is America than France. So you would do 112.14 minus 102, which equals 10.14.
Okay, that's awesome, thanks. So here's some mistakes people made. Is they didn't change it to the right unit. The question does say give your answer in pounds. So you had to make sure that you had changed both these pounds, so you could give the answer in pounds. And a couple of people didn't see that it was how much cheaper. They just gave a random answer as how much it was in pounds for one of them. And so just make sure you're reading the questions carefully. All right, so we've already had volunteers. Cheyenne.
Can I do question 12?
Sure, but we need someone to offer to do question 10.
I mean,
Me, I'll offer.
Okay, so Raphael and Roger play tennis against each other 30 times. Each of the times they've played, either Raphael won or Roger won. The ratio of the number of times Raphael won to the number of Roger won is 7-3. So yeah, 7-3. And because Raphael's named first, he has 7.
Danny?
Roger.
I'm just
writing
writing my corrections.
So the total times of this one, so if you add 7 plus 3 gives you 10, and since they played 30 games, you do 30 divided by 10, which gives you 3. So that is equivalent to 1 win, sort of thing. So if you do, to find how many times Raphael won, you do 7 times 3 equals 21. So Raphael won 21 times out of the 30.
Nice, great. And you played 21 games, yeah. And B?
And you. In the school, there are 75 girls on the tennis squad. The ratio of the number of boys in the tennis squad of the number of girls is 4 to 3. So if you add those again, 4 plus 3 gives you 7. So if you have boys to the number of girls, the ratio is 4 and 3. Then to get to the girls to 1, you divide by 3 on both sides, which gives you 4 over 3 and 1. Then you times by 75. Times by 75 gives you 100 boys.
Lovely. Okay. Right, so that was question 8. Question 9.
Question 9 was
Alright, so just as a heads up, question 9 was super similar to one that you had in your assignment, just different numbers.
I had the.
So if people had gone through their assignment and made corrections, they would have got these 4 marks. Some people did not. Okay? So this is why it's really important that you actually take notice of your assignments and that you work through them, and that this is why we give them to you, okay? And you never know when we're going to put a super similar question into the actual test. And 4 marks could have bumped people up a fair amount, okay? So please make the most of your homework assignment.
Harrison, I had it, and then because I remembered it, and I thought it was the same values for the thing, so I remembered what the answer was then. So I was like, no, but I remember the answer, and that's not it, so I crossed it all out.
Well, that was dull.
I know.
Oh. Okay, go, Gabby.
So the question is liquidated density of 0.4 grams per meter cubed and liquid bead density of 1.85 grams per meter cubed. And then 178 grams of liquid A and 148 grams of liquid B are mixed to make liquid C. And then it asks to work out the density of liquid C. So the first thing I did was to work out the volume of both liquid A and liquid B. And so to work out the volume, you have to do the mass divided by the density. So this is for A. Okay, there's A. So I did 170 because that's what the mass was, and then I did volume. And so that would have given me 425 for the volume. And then the same for B. It would be 148. Everybody's saying, sorry. 148.
Humongous.
Sorry, I write really
No,
big.
that's hilarious, yeah.
Which equals 80. And then I added the two of these together to get, so 425 plus 80, which gave me 505. So that would have been the volume of liquid C. And then, sorry, I wrote really big. And then to work out, and then to work out
You
the
don't have to, it's fine.
and then to work out the math, I did 170 plus 148, which gave me 318. And then to work out the density, use the formula, which is, so you would use the number you got there and the number you got down here, which is the mass and that's the volume. So you work it out, and it would give you 318 over 505. And then that would give your answer 0.63.
Alright.
Whoa, you can move letters.
Sorry for that.
Awesome, thanks, Gabby.
That's like 318.
318, yeah. 318 over 5. All right, let me.
It's a horse.
Hey,
Okay, so it says, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Mavic left his house at 12 to cycle to Sam's house. Scroll down a bit. Oh, he's on the side now. Sorry.
what do you wanna?
Okay, that's good. So he started to cycle at 12 to go to Sam's house, and it says that he stopped for a rest and then continued his journey, and it says for how many minutes did he stop at a rest. So this is where the rest is, you can see, because he's going there, and it starts here, and if you figure out the scale from there, it goes up in 15, so 15, 30, 45, and it goes, it goes back. So then, this work out, it goes 15 from here, and then half an hour. So you can find out from here, it's 45, and then there's another 15 and 15, and that's just half an hour, because 15 plus 15 is...
Okay, so it's 30 minutes. Lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay. Okay, so it says after his rest, how many more kilometers did Mavic cycle to Sam's house? So if you look up here, I worked out, well, I did this for the other question, I know it doesn't really, okay, so let me just try. So you see right here is 39, because that's where he started there. And then you see the other stop here is right there, which is 18. And then to find out how many more kilometers you cycled, you have to do, I'm sorry, it's not really right. You have to do 39, take away 18 to find it, and that just gives you 21.
Lovely. Okay, so there were 1 mark each.
And then for C, can I
What do you want to do?
can you scroll down a bit to the bottom of it? Okay. So then it says the Babbitts stayed at home at Sam's house for 2 hours and cycled back to his house. He arrived at 7:15. So this is where 7:15 will be. And it says show the information on the graph. So he gets home at 7:15 and he stays there for 2 hours. From here, you have to find 2 hours. So he's there till 6. So he's there for 16 and he gets home at 7:15. So then you have to just sort of, I don't have a ruler, but you just kind of have to, okay, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
we're good to go. We're good to go.
Okay, so does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it says, write down the times at which Babbit was 24 kilometers from his house. So if you look at 24 kilometers, that's right here, and that's going across here. And then you see houses up here. You go down from here, and then you see that that is 13, and then they go up in 15-minute increments. So that'll be 13:30 for the first one. Next, the other time that he went was right here. Sorry, I totally lost my
So you just need to extend that line, the 24 kilometre line, you just need to extend it all the way
Oh,
along.
yeah. Wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
Keep
I
going.
totally lost you.
Keep
Oh,
going.
yeah, and then
Now, yours is not going to be in the right place.
Yeah,
Okay, because you didn't use your ruler, but the other one should
If you
be
look down,
1630.
so yeah, it's just 1630. Sorry. So yeah, it's really messy. Yeah, and I didn't get to.
Okay, lovely, thank you. So they were 1 mark each, and then the diagram, there was one for the start and one for the final bit.
Kind of question 11s.
So now,
Can I do 13?
Sure.
so now you're working out the average speed kilometers per hour of Lavik's journey from Santa's house back to his home to give you guys a little bit. So you're trying to find the average speed. So you use distance, speed, time, distance, speed, time. So then from distance, speed, time, you have the distance at which you, wait, hold on. So you're trying to find the speed, right? Yeah. So you do distance over time. Whatever it is, it's distance divided by. So we know that the distance was 39 because, hold on, let me just fix that. Oh, yeah, because from this, see the top that he traveled is 39, like you said, that's 39. So that's the total distance. So you're trying to find the total speed.
All right. Yes.
Okay, so that's the total distance. And now you're trying to find the total time.
The last portion, yeah.
Here.
An hour and 25 minutes.
Secretly not.
15 minutes.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Yes, that's what I meant. An hour and 15 minutes, which gets you.
Not 1.15.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. That's why I was confused.
So an hour and 15 minutes.
It is 1.25 hours. Yeah, that's an hour. Because you do whatever over 60, yeah. So that equals 31 points.
Awesome.
That is your answer.
All right, so the distance was 39. The time was an hour 15, and an hour 15 is a 1.25 decimal. Lovely. Next one. We're almost there, ladies. We're doing well.
Okay, so for question 11, so it says on a map 4 centimeters represents 1 kilometer. So the real is 1 kilometer. So what I did first is I converted the centimeters to kilometers. So if you have,
Did you? Okay, good. That's fine.
so I need to do centimeters to meters is times 100, and then meters to kilometers is times 1,000. So then that is 5 zeros, 400,000, and then to 1 kilometer. So we're looking at kilometers now. So then, if the real thing is if the thing on is 14 centimeters, then it'd be 140,000. No, yes. To and you're trying to figure out what this one would equal. So this to get here was times by 3.5. So 6 times by that.
Lovely.
Lovely
Thank
jubbly.
you. And B, keep going.
I'm just turn the page. And then so to work out 1 to n. So then I just I kind of reversed how I did it. I kind of converted the kilometers into centimeters so I get to be able to get to 1 easier. So I did 4, and then that would be 100,000 centimeters. So then you divide by 4, it's 1. Divide by 4 equals 25,000.
Good. And I think the only real issue with some of those is that your converting measurements wasn't great. So we've got to remember that there are 100 centimeters in a meter and then 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Yes?
Okay, question.
Hang on a minute. Why can't you put that?
They have a centimeter scale.
But it never said the scale.
It doesn't say the scale. Okay, let me consider that one.
For where?
You might get another mark. Okay, next one.
12. So the average speed for an airplane flight from Dubai to London is 750 kilometers per hour. The flight time from Dubai to London is 7 hours, 18 minutes. So I did 750 times 7.3. 7.3 is equivalent to 7 hours and 18 minutes. So that equals 5,475 kilometers per hour, and that's the answer to A. And then B, I did 750 kilometers is equal to 1 hour, or 60 minutes. Then I did 750 or 3,600 seconds. And then I did this. 1 divided by 3,600. Which equals 208 meters per second.
That's B.
Yeah.
What happened to A? Did we do A?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I have a question.
I'm so sorry, I was thinking of something else.
Why would you convert it to seconds? Oh,
This says meters per second. Sorry, going back to this one, ladies. You wouldn't be able to keep it in, have it in kilometers because it says it has to be 1 to something else. So, because this represents 4 centimeters, you have to change this amount to be centimeters.
I have a question.
Okay?
How do you change, so you did 750 kilometers equals 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
And then why would you do 3,600?
Because 3,600 seconds equal to 1 hour. There you go.
Okay? Sydney, you okay with my answer?
Yeah.
When I said that?
And
Because this was back, go back to this one.
Haley,
That was centimeters.
Then you find on the
So when you've got no units written, you must have them in the same units. So this has to be centimeters, you can't leave it as. And thank you, Haley, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay. Right, go Johnny. So question 14.
Equals force of the area, so our force is 900 newtons, and then our area is 180 squared
Centimeters.
centimeters squared. So if you divide that into like 5 something, but since it's squared, you have to times it by 10,000. I mean, yeah. So it would be 5. I didn't write enough. Wait, 1,
Do
2.
people understand that?
You just do 180 times 1,000 because it's squared.
Yeah, so remember that because this unit, they wanted it per meter squared, you had to change this 180 to be meters squared first.
Which is
So,
It would be 180 times 10,000 multiplied.
or simply divided by 10.
so. Do you add 4 zeros on it then?
So you do 180 divided by, okay? So remember, again, these kinds of questions were in the assignment. Some people came to ask me for help and they got it right. Some people didn't bother, they got it wrong.
Can I get 1 more?
I did give you 1 mark, it says 1 method.
Why do you divide by?
Okay, so remember that, for those people that came to see me, this is how I explained it. So there's a square. It's 1 meter by 1 meter. So what's the area of that square? 1 meter squared, okay? What's this measurement in centimeters? What's this measurement in centimeters?
Wait.
So what's the same area now in centimetres squared? Do you agree with that? So 1 metre squared is actually 10,000 centimetres squared. So you don't just multiply or divide by 100 when you're converting these measurements, it's by 10,000. So this 180, you would divide that by 10,000, so you'd get 0.018. And so 900 divided by 0.018 gives you this answer here.
Miss Harrison,
Why are you
I
crying?
had the answer and then I crossed it out.
Well, what are you going to do?
Can I do 50?
All right, okay.
Okay, so we're trying to work out the distance this train,
Speed.
the average speed of the 2007 train from Paris is 224 kilometers per hour. Work out the distance this train travels from Paris to
Montpellier.
Montpellier. Okay. So what I thought was a little helpful is if we circle this so we don't get confused between this one and the others. So what I did first was I
Just 1 second. Sydney, why did you do that? Why that column, not the others?
because it said the 2007 train.
Good. Okay, so that's something that some people made a mistake with. They were looking at the wrong one. Elsa. Okay, so it was the 2007 train. Now, if you're not familiar with looking at timetables, you may have found that a bit more challenging, but we need to work with your best guess in that situation if you weren't really sure what was going on. Okay, thanks. Sorry, Sydney. Yeah.
Okay, so I first of all I worked out the time taken to get from Paris to
Montpellier.
Montpellier. So I did 23 and 34 minus 2007. And that got me 3 hours and 27. But 27 isn't in minutes. So I took 27 by the amount of minutes in an hour, which is equal to 0.45. So 27 is equal to 3 hours.
3.45 hours. Right? You were the other way.
5 hours.
Okay, so 3 hours 27 is equal to 3.45 hours. Yep.
Okay, and then I times 3 point. Oh shoot, what did I do? Okay, so I times 3.45 by the speed that the train was going at, which was 224 kilometers per hour, which got me 772.8 kilometers.
Awesome. Thank you very much, ladies. Okay, good job.